have a what sold fast in February video. All of these items were items that were bought and listed on Poshmark. All of the items are used and they all sold really fast after listing them. The list isn't huge, but it is kind of interesting to see some of the brands that were fast in selling this month. February is an interesting month because we're going into spring, but it's still freezing cold outside. I love getting items that are lighter weight sweaters around this time of the year. And usually I tend to buy more springy colors. Of course, I'm always open to buying anything that I think is a good fit for listing on Poshmark, but I do tend to gravitate towards more of the spring colors and the lighter sweaters. This video is for looking back and seeing some of the trends and the brands and the styles that sold quickly as far as in the used market on specifically Poshmark. And I love looking back at these and seeing what sold. And I have one from February 2018. If you want to go check that out, that's last year's what sold fast video for the month of February. I'm going to link that at the end of the video and then also down in the description if you want to check that out. Let's get into the items that sold fast during the month of February. The very first item that sold quickly after listing it was this gray, it was like a lightweight sweater from Cloth & Stone. Cloth & Stone makes amazingly soft pieces, and I think that's really what they're known for. Really basic, nice fitting, good quality pieces that are really comfortable. And this is a perfect piece, I think, especially for spring and summer, as well as you could layer it for winter on colder days. But I love this brand, and I love picking up this brand when it is something more like a sweater or a cardigan, or maybe even a jacket. They always have really beautiful neutral colors. I think this was my very first Cloth & Stone piece that sold right away after listing it. The next item was also gray. These were made well. I want to call them cargo pants, but they didn't actually have like the side cargo pocket, which if they did, I think that would have been pretty cool. But they had like everything about them, everything else about them looked like they were cargo, with like the front pockets being extra deep and then the back pockets. And they had the cute little side zipper detail. Of adding things in my Poshmark closet that have an extra little detail. Of course, I love basics, but things that have an extra little detail or a few extra little details tend to sell pretty well because it's not just a basic or staple piece that you can pick up anywhere. The brand on these was great because it was made well, but I think the side zipper kind of made them extra unique. And then the whole look with the pockets was kind of cool, reminiscent of like some vintage styles. So I'm not surprised that these sold right away. This next top was a basic top from Standard James Purse, which is a pretty expensive brand to buy. And I love the color on this one. It was kind of like an olive green color. And it was a lightweight turtleneck, which I love. I've been loving picking up turtlenecks recently. I think that they have been just comfortable and you can wear them throughout spring. Maybe not so much in the summertime, but they are a great layering piece. And this was such a nice lightweight turtleneck, and it was a great brand too. This next one, I was a little bit surprised that it sold so quickly because it was just a sleeveless top. I didn't think it would sell so quickly, but this was a top from J. Crew and it was 100% silk, so the brand and the materials were great. The top is a great layering piece. You could always throw like a cardigan on top of it. But I thought it was a great basic piece, a great brand, and I was a little surprised that this sold so quickly because typically these types of shirts don't sell so quickly for me. This next item definitely had a unique feature to it. It had like a dog print on it, which I think if you have this type of a dog that you would love wearing a sweater like this. This was from the brand Abercrombie & Fitch, which I will pick up if it's more of a unique piece or detailed like this sweater was, and I thought it was so cute, so I had to pick it up, and it sold probably within a couple hours after listing it. The next item is, of course, a very typical brand that you see in one of these videos. This is Lululemon. These were a size 12, which I hardly ever get to list in my Poshmark closet. Typically, I get sizes like 4 and 6, but I love it when I can find a 10 or a 12. Those seem to be harder to find, and these sold right away. Let's talk about Levi jackets for just a minute. For that matter, anything Levi's. This was a Levi's dark wash denim jacket, and I've had this type of a jacket so many times. I love getting these denim jackets, especially if it is a brand like Levi's or Calvin Klein or Tommy Hilfiger, any type of denim jacket that is more of a classic name brand. I love listing it on Poshmark. This is just a great overall denim jacket. I'd love to find more of a vintage Levi's jacket, which I've found in the past, but any type of Levi's denim jacket I love picking up, and this one sold within a day after listing it. This next style is a style that I love getting, and I've only gotten it a few times. I still have one in my closet, but I love picking up this like mesh knit top. I don't know exactly what to call it, but it's kind of like a netted top, and I think it would be great for like a cover up. And this was one from Calvin Klein. It was hooded, so cute for summer or spring because you can just throw it on top of like a tank top. This piece was a kimono from Maeve from Anthropologie, and this was absolutely beautiful. The colors on it were gorgeous, and the length of it was adorable, and it had pockets on it. Just an overall basic great kimono, and it sold right away after listing it. I had tons of likes on it, and then finally I got an offer and I accepted that offer. This next category of things that sold fast is a little bit unique because these were all pieces I've had for a while, and then I deleted them from my Poshmark closet and I relisted them. I just took fresh photos or fresh cover shots and listed them again in my Poshmark closet, and then right after I did that, they sold. This first piece was a great spring brand, and this was Lily Pulitzer. It was a cardigan with ruffles, just really pretty, and it was a lighter color, which is great for spring and summer, which I tend to think people are buying because it is coming to be spring and summer, and it's a nice sweater that's maybe a little bit of a lighter color, and that's why I decided to take it down from my closet and relist it as a new item with maybe some fresh pictures, and it sold right after doing that. I love looking for spring coats also in February because we're moving on towards lighter wear, but it's still a little bit chilly in most of the country. And this was the perfect example of a lightweight spring coat. This one was from Cabby. It was a very nice neutral tan color. It was kind of like a trench coat style, and it sold right away after listing it. But these lightweight coats are something that I think most people are looking for in the springtime because we want to move away from our big heavy coats and maybe our fall coats and do something a little bit lighter. This is the perfect example of a spring coat that might be trending a little bit for this time of the year. This next item also falls into the same category of taking it down and relisting it and then having it sell right away. The style of pant has been extremely popular. It is a wide leg, kind of a cropped style pant. This is from Anthropologie. The brand was 11's. I've seen a lot of different fashion influencers wearing this style of pant, and it's comfortable, and these pants I think were a great length, and they had a cute little belt detail on them. Plus they were a great brand from Anthropologie. This next item was also the same situation. It was 7 For All Mankind jeans. These were a light wash, and they were a flare leg, which I thought, well, that's kind of becoming trendy this spring, so I'm going to take these down and take new pictures and list them in my Poshmark closet, and these sold within about an hour after listing them. The final item that goes in this category of taking it down and putting it back in my closet because it's more of a spring type item and I wanted to have it be like a fresh listing in my closet was another Lily Pulitzer pullover. This was a half zip, really bright, beautiful colors, perfect for spring, and it sold right away after relisting it in my Poshmark closet. The next item had no brand, no materials tag, nothing. I just added it to my Poshmark closet because it was so beautiful to me. Look at the detail on this one. Ruffles, I love that it was a turtleneck and that it was ribbed. I thought it was so beautiful, so I listed it in my Poshmark closet and it sold right away. Here is another Levi's item. These are definitely vintage. These were the 550 high-rise vintage shorts, and they were just so vintage when I picked them up. I rolled the cuff of them because I think that is a pretty cute little look. I could have probably cut them. The length was pretty nice for rolling, so I cuffed them and they sold right away. One thing with vintage sizing is that it typically runs a lot smaller than modern sizing. These ones were, I think, like a vintage junior size 11, but they actually fit more like a size 6 because the waist was 28 inches around. And that's definitely not like a 10-12 fit. I'm not exactly sure how junior sizing runs, but these definitely fit more like a size 6. So I try to always make sure that the measurements are included in vintage sizing, especially with vintage jeans, because with the vintage jeans, it seems like they all run a little bit small. One item I always love picking up for my Poshmark closet is Nike Pros pullovers. I love those so much personally, and I love listing them on my Poshmark closet. This one was a nice gray color with a cool print. I always like to make sure that the Nike logo isn't cracked before adding it to my Poshmark closet. And then this one sold within about a day after listing it. The final item is a brand that I love. I love listing, I love wearing, I love selling, I love everything about this brand. This is the brand Alo Yoga, and as you can see, it is a basic zip-up hooded jacket, and I love the feel of the materials, and I could go on and on about how I love Alo so much. That is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and let me know if you had some brands and some items that sold quickly. If you sell on Poshmark or other sites, let me know what items tend to sell really fast for you, really quickly. These are all items that sold quickly for me during the month of February. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're interested in what sold fast last February or last March, I will link those videos down below, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye, friends!